Hello folks, Mr. Swinger One here, and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about my driveline vibration issue on my 86 Mustang convertible. I bought the car with 85,000 miles on it that was quite some time ago. It was over 10 years ago. But the car was low mileage, and the vibration was always there. I had at some point replaced the universals. The universals were worn, got them in. There was still a vibration. I had the car at the drag strip, not this past summer, but some before.
Of course.
And it was just bad vibration at high speed, like coming up 100 miles an hour. So my passes at the trap were, easily 197, 100 miles an hour. And I end up, it's easy to get to those speeds on the highway too, with the 273 rear and the 5-speed stick. The speed armor goes to 85. The way traffic is on today's highways, I've had that car where the speedometer is buried past 85. I don't know how fast I'm going, but there's a vibration there, and it's running this thing down a quarter mile. I just want it smooth. I want it to be able to leave off the light, go through the gears, cross the trap smooth as possible. And I also believe vibrations and all that. You just want a smooth transfer of power from the engine through the transmission, back to drive shaft, to the rear, and to the wheels. You just want that ride to be smooth, even on the street and on the strip. So that's where I'm at. I'm trying to smooth out the ride on it, be able to launch it from a stop, at test and tune night, and get it down the track smoothly. Smooth transfer of power is what I'm after. It took about 2 weeks and 6 days, so 20 days turnaround from when I dropped this drive shaft off and got it back. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to show you before footage of the drive shaft out of the car and then after footage. We're just going to look at how this drive shaft came back from the driveline shop, and then at some point I will replace. Oh yeah, the driveline guy said that the output shaft bushing on my T5, I believe my car has a world-class T5 in it. It's a T5 5-speed Fox body T5. So that output shaft bushing needs replaced. There are 2 ways to do it. You can remove the tail shaft, but the shifter goes down in it. It's something where you'd have to pull the trans out of the car, or they have a tool where you can pull that bushing in the car and redo the bushing and seal. And the driveline guy told me to redo the bushing. So we're getting into fall now. I don't know when I'm going to do that. It might not be till next spring. I still got to collect the bushing, that tool, a new seal. We're living in a world where parts are either available or they're not. I got to look into that and find out. But so this is just one step in straightening out my driveline vibration. I still don't know. That T5 might have to be rebuilt, although I'll tell you, I don't think the car has. I bought it with 85,000 miles on it. It probably has 109, 111 on it now. It doesn't have a lot of miles, but keep in mind 100,000 miles on a Fox body or 120, or with those cars, that's getting up there. It isn't like a new car now where you can get 200 or 300,000 on them. These older 80s cars, Fox body, you got to start rebuilding stuff and fixing stuff. I've already replaced the clutches in the posi rear, stuff like that. It really comes down to how hard the car was beat on. My car's a convertible. I don't think it was beat on too bad. No more than stock horsepower, street romping type stuff. Hasn't been raced other than I ran it down the track once I made 3 passes with it at test and tune night. Not driving it hard, just driving it, trying to get down the track, bang through the gears. But yeah, that's where we're at. We're trying to get a nice smooth transfer of power, no vibration. Okay, what we're looking at is our drive shaft for our 86 Mustang convertible. So have a vibration at high speed, which means above 70. Well, above 80. Whenever I get the thing rolling, there's just a vibration. I believe it's a drive shaft. So we're going to send it out and get it checked out, straightened and balanced. The guy quoted me $160 for that. And he said plus parts, which would mean universals or the yokes. Today is September 9th. We're going to see how long it takes. I figure they'll have it for a week or two. Just the way the work flows nowadays, nothing, you put something in a shop and it just doesn't, they don't turn it around quick. So we'll find out. It's September 9th, but let's take a look here. Right here. That there's a factory balance weight. So, and back here is another one. So we'll see if they remove them and weld on new ones. They should. All right. So as we see, have our drive shaft up on our stand here. So you can see this is where the old weights were. That's a new one welded on. This is a new yoke. New universal. Little tag says lubricate spine joints before installation. There is a little, that looks like a, I'm waiting for that to focus here. There we go. That looks like a grease fitting with, like you could stick a needle tip greaser in there. I'm going to end up replacing that with a regular grease fitting. I do have a kit with all different size grease fittings. There's a little bit of grindage on here. I don't know what that's all about. I don't know if the guy had to remove weight there. If anybody knows what that's all about, let me know in the comments. I do not think he broke, well, did he break that off and spin it and re-weld it? I don't know. It looks like a heat mark there. But is that from the factory? I don't know what's going on there. All right. Now, I'm going to flip it around. We'll look at the other side. Here we go. Here's the rear side, the flange that bolts to the rear. And again, you can see a little bit of weight welded there. Where's the original? The original weight was welded there. So, you can see it turned out differently from the factory. Actually, it's almost 180 off. There we go with that needle bearing. The one thing I learned, the guy said that the end grease fittings are better than the ones that are in the cross section. He said these joints are a little more stronger. I don't know if there's something about drilling a hole in there makes them weak. He asked me if I was using this for a high horsepower situation. I'm like, no, it's stock. 200, 210, whatever they were. The 86 Fox body 5-speed was rated at 200 horse, 310 foot-pounds of torque. Something like these. I may be wrong on that, but the torque was what makes them fun. But they're not really high horse. But yeah, that's it. We're going to find out how it works. I'm going to have to throw it back in the car to be able to move the car around, but I don't think I'm going to be driving it much until I redo that extension housing output shaft bushing. And that will be another video. Alright, thanks for watching. Let's swing a one here. Just to recap. So I did put the drive shaft in the car. Because I had the car in my driveway on jack stands for like 3 weeks. And I need to be able to move the car around. It runs great. Vibration's gone. Major improvement over what it was. The job, the guy had it for like 2 weeks and 5 days. It was a little under 3 weeks. This day and age, that's not too bad of a turnaround. And the cost was $376. A bit pricey if you're strapped for cash, but worth it. In my case, it was worth it. It makes the car ride so much better. But point is, if you have any kind of driveline vibration, you can figure it out, because if you're going down the road, like in my case, I have a 5-speed, so car is vibrating, I put the clutch in, that disconnects the transmission and engine from the rear. Vibration was still there, so I knew it was something in the whole driveline. There's different ways you can isolate these vibrations. That, plus it was the speed, the frequency of the vibration is also the same as the drive shaft was spinning. It was basically, the vibration was the same frequency as vehicle speed. And like I said, when I put the clutch in, basically the car's in neutral coasting, the vibration was still there. So it's just little tricks to isolate where the vibration's coming from and how you go about approaching it. If you don't know, you might tear your transmission apart looking for loose bearings in there. You might tear your rear apart, rebuild that, and then you get all that work done, you still have a vibration. I did replace the universals on this car. They were shot, there was play in them. That helped a little bit, but there was still something there. So the driveline guy said that, the yoke was bad. He put 2 new universals in, and he also balanced and trued up the shaft. So he did a little bit of work to it, and you saw in the video there was weights welded different places where the factory had them welded. But that's it for my driveline vibration and my Fox body. I hope you guys got something out of this. I know I learned a lot. I'm glad that the problem is solved. Now I'll be moving on to other issues with other cars. It's always something, as they say. Alright, thanks for watching.